Hello everybody, my name is James. I'm a video production specialist here at Videoguys. It is Tuesday, it is about 3 o'clock Eastern, which means it is time to talk about some live streaming equipment. And boy, do we have some exciting news today. We're going to be talking about Canon's new bundles that are available. These are available with the CR-N100s, the CR-N300s, and the CR-N500s. And basically what this bundle is, you get 3 cameras and a controller, and you get $300 off of your order. And you can do that with the 100s, the 300s, or the 500s. So let's break it down. So again, we have this available in the CR-N100s, the CR-N300s, and the CR-N500s. And as you can see at the end of the bundle, you can see that it is $300 off for the 3 cameras and the controller. Now this is going on until October 31st, so definitely make sure that you take advantage of these bundle prices while they're available. Now, the way that I wanted to break this down is we're going to talk about the things that are included in all of the bundles, which would be the controllers. So we're going to talk about the controller first. Then we're going to talk about the features that are available on all of the cameras. Then we're going to talk about the CR-N100 and 300. And then we're going to talk about the features that are available only on the CR-N500. So let's get right into it. So the Canon RC-IP100 controller is the controller that is included in this bundle. Now this is a controller that can control up to 100 cameras. It has your joystick on the left-hand side, and it has your zoom control on the left-hand side, as well as some color control as well. And then it has a nice big touchscreen on it that allows you to control all of your settings with literally the touch of, at your fingertips. The other cool thing about the RC-IP100 and all of the Canon PTZ cameras, and even some of the camcorders and EOS models of the cinema cameras, is they use their own protocol called the XC Protocol. So that controller, if you are already in a Canon ecosystem, has the ability to control some of your other cameras as well. Obviously, it wouldn't be able to control your pan and your tilt, but you can control your zoom and you can control your color settings. One of the cool things about the Canon XC Protocol is the ability to save camera settings and then copy and paste them to another camera, and you can do that all through that XC protocol. So it is very cool to have that in this bundle, and you're going to get top-notch control of your PTZ cameras. The next thing that is included in all of these cameras is the free auto tracking that is available on the CR-N100, 300, 500, and it is also available on the 700. Now, the free version of the auto tracking has auto detect, and it's going to have fixed values. So when you're doing your auto tracking, the subject will always be in the same spot. The auto zoom is always going to be on. The sensitivity is set to level 9. And the tracking is going to be on all the time. It's immediate. As soon as you turn on the auto tracking, it's just going to start tracking that subject. If you want to, though, you can get the advanced auto tracking, which is an add-on, and this is available on the 500, and that's going to give you more advanced auto tracking. So you can set your framing, you can set dead zones, so the camera will stop tracking. All of that stuff is available with the auto tracking license, and that's available on top of it as an add-on for $800. Now, we were talking about the XC protocol and how the XC protocol is available and used on all of the PTZ cameras and even some of the camcorders and the Cinema EOS cameras. Another thing that is shared between the PTZ cameras, the camcorders, and the Cine model cameras is that they all are using the same color space. A lot of these cameras are using the same sensors and lenses as the camcorders. So again, if you're already in a Canon ecosystem, getting a couple more cameras, PTZ cameras, they're going to color match perfectly in your workflow. For instance, the CR-N300 is the same lens and sensor as the XA65 camcorder, and the CR-N500 is the same lens and sensor as the XF605 camcorder. So again, if you are already using these camcorders, these PTZ cameras are going to be a perfect and easy match to expand your workflow. Now let's talk about the Canon CR-N100 and the CR-N300. Now these cameras are very similar. So let's start off by talking about the CR-N100. The CR-N100 has a 1/2 CMOS sensor. This can record and stream up to 4K at 30 FPS, and it has the ability to record and stream at 1080 up to 60 FPS. It has their hybrid autofocus, a 20x optical zoom, and it does have NDI-HX and SRT capabilities built right into the camera. You don't have to pay anything extra for a license. It has a tally light on the top of it right here. It has a web GUI that you can control everything, and even on the back of it, it does have a 3.5 audio input. It also has a USB output for UVC to plug it into your laptop or computer of any sort to use as basically a webcam. And it has HDMI output as well. So it has NDI, HDMI, and USB output. And this camera is PoE Plus compatible. So it's going to be about 30 watts on your network. Now we're going to talk about the CR-N300. On the CR-N300, almost everything is exactly the same. It's the same 1/2 CMOS sensor, same 4K 30 capabilities with 1080, 60 FPS. The main difference between the 100 and the 300 is going to be the SDI out on the CR-N300. That the CR-N300 has a 3G SDI output, so you can get 1080 60p out of that camera. Now, like I said, most of these features are exactly the same. That's the main difference. Let's talk about some more things that are similar with these cameras. Both of them, again, have a 4K sensor built into them that can go up to 4K 30. But if you wanted to stream at 1080, you're going to get the most crisp image off of these cameras at 1080 because they're oversampling and processing that HD image. So you can still get 1080 60p, and it is going to be some of the best looking 1080 60p image because you're using a 4K sensor and oversampling that 1080 signal. Again, they have their hybrid autofocus that combines high precision contrast autofocus and phase difference autofocus technology to confirm the autofocus on the cameras. These cameras all have face detection as well, so it is going to track that face. You can do a full 360 and it will still be able to track that head and face. And let's face it, when you are, focusing on a person, you don't want to focus on here, you want to focus on their face, make sure their eyes are in focus, and so these cameras both offer that. The next thing that I want to talk about is some of the different scenes and modes that are available in these cameras. Now, these are presets that you don't have to go in and manually adjust these. You can put the camera into any one of these 4 settings and it will automatically choose optimized settings for those. So if you put it into portrait mode, it's going to lower the f-stop, make it so it has as much of a shallow depth of field. You put it into low light, it's going to take advantage of the wide dynamic range on these cameras to be able to, make sure that you're not losing your low lights. And then if you put it into sports mode, it's going to increase your shutter speed, increase your frame rate, so you get the most crisp action capturing available. And then it also has spotlight mode, again, taking advantage of the wide dynamic range, making sure that your subject is not going to be overexposed when they are in the spotlight. So all of these are presets that you don't have to do anything to do to set up. It comes right in the camera, but at the same time, you can just use the web GUI and be able to go in and really fine tune the settings on all of these cameras. All of these also have very similar outputs and interfaces. Like I said, the only difference is that the CR-N300 has a 3G SDI output. So as you can see on the right-hand side, You're going to have your HDMI, your 3G SDI for the CR-N300, and you're going to have your USB and IP outputs, which, again, these cameras all support NDI-HX, which is great. You have standard serial RS-422 for IP control with the the RC-IP100, but you can also use third-party controllers and control softwares as well. And then these cameras also have a 3.5 millimeter mini jack in for audio, and that's going to embed right into your stream to be able to make sure that your audio is in sync, and then being able to transport that audio with your video in sync across your network, across the HDMI, or in the CR-N300, the SDI as well. Now let's talk about the CR-N100 and 300's big brother, the CR-N500. This bundle is available, again, $300 off if you get the 3 cameras and the controller, so just over $19,000, $19,096 for 3 CR-N500s plus the RC-IP100 controller. Now, the main difference with the CR-N500 is that it has a 1-inch CMOS sensor on it. Now, that is a very large sensor. A lot of cinema cameras will have that kind of, that large of a sensor on them. Again, talking about being able to put the camera into a portrait mode with you having a larger image sensor, your depth of field is going to be a little bit smaller, or in this case, a lot bit smaller, so your background will be out of focus, your foreground will be out of focus, and your subject will look nice and crisp in focus. Also, having a larger image sensor means that it has the opportunity for more light to hit that sensor to be able to work even better in low light situations. This camera can also go up to 4K 30 with 422 color space at 10-bit. It has a 15 times optical zoom lens. And one thing that we're going to get into is the optical image stabilization that is available on the CR-N500. It's a 3G SDI output. In terms of being able to bring audio into it, it actually has 2 XLRs that you can bring into it as a gen lock on it. And again, it is compatible with the XC Protocol, NDI-HX. It can do SRT output, RTSP, RTMP, and 3D support. This is also a PoE plus camera, so about 30 watts power. And again, it comes with the free auto tracking, but if you'd like to, you can get the add-on for the advanced auto tracking, as well as the auto loop add-on, which you can set presets, and then the camera will just go back and forth between those presets. Really great for like crowd reaction shots and things like that. The thing that I really wanted to focus on, especially in like a house of worship, is the 4-axis image stabilization and correction mechanism. You know, a lot of the times in houses of worship, these cameras are being placed on balconies and on the walls, and sometimes, especially in concert venues too, when people are, you know, really getting excited and singing along and potentially clapping along, you don't realize how much your walls or balconies are going to vibrate or shift a little bit as these people are dancing along. So being able to have image correction, image stabilization built right into the camera, so when you're fully zoomed in, is just great to make sure that your image is as smooth as possible and you're not seeing, you know, those tiny little vibrations. This also has the dual pixel autofocus as well, really targeting the face and the eyes. It also has the ability to prioritize face or just lock on to the face. Again, great for presentations, houses of worship, concert venues, things like that, where you really want to make sure that your host or presenter is locked in on the focus, and then also on the auto tracking. We're talking about being able to zoom into your subject and not worrying about those vibrations. One of the cool things about the CR-N500 is it has a 15x optical zoom built in, but if you put the camera to output at 1080, you can digitally zoom in and get an additional amount of zoom. So you can have that 15x optical zoom now becomes a 30x lossless digital zoom, and that is a feature that is built right into the camera. So if you put the camera into 1080, it will automatically be able to zoom in that additional distance, and you won't notice any difference because it's just zooming into that 4K image sensor and just exporting or outputting at 1080. So this is really great if you need to be able to zoom in at far distances. Now, again, these bundles are available until October 31st. I'm sorry I didn't put it on this slide, but they are available until October 31st. So definitely take advantage of them while they last. This is, again, available in the CR-N100, the CR-N300, and the CR-N500. You get 3 cameras plus the controller, and you get $300 off of the order. So definitely take advantage of that while this bundle is still available. And if you are looking for, a little bit more, the CR-N700 is still available as well. It's not included in the bundles, but you can still get the CR-N700. This has a very similar image sensor to the CR-N500, but it does let you go up to 4K 60p at 422. It has the same 15x optical zoom with 30x advanced zoom. It has the same image stabilization on it. But it does have multiple SDI outputs, including one 12G and one 3G. So if you need full 4K 60 through the SDI, the CR-N700 is going to be perfect for you. And this is available for $87.49. And then also the RC-IP100 PTZ controller is available as well. The RC-IP100 PTZ controller allows you to control up to 200 cameras. And again, using that XC protocol, you can control some of the Cinema EOS cameras, the XF605 camcorder. One of the really great things about the RC-IP100 is that touchscreen can control the cameras, but it also has the ability to display up to 9 cameras right on there, or one larger input. All of these are in stock and available at Videoguys. If you have any questions about figuring out which is the right camera for your workflow, the CR-N100, the 300, the 500, or the 700, absolutely feel free to give us a call at 800-323-2325. Again, my name is James. Thank you for watching, and we will be live next Tuesday at about 3 o'clock Eastern. We'll see you then.
Videoguys is available Monday through Friday. Give us a call at 1-800-323-2325. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram to stay connected with all of our updates. And you can like us on Facebook. Keep an eye out for our live videos, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.